Here's another scenario that goes along the lines of what I was just talking about in the last video. I probably should just do one big long one day, get all my thoughts together, and I could probably do one that'd go for about 2 hours, I reckon, if I really concentrated on it. And then I'd think of something later. Now, we all know that the entire so-called law system is not a law system at all. It's not the rule of law. It's an illegitimate enforcement arm for legislation, arbitrary legislatures. Now, if you go back to common law, natural law, universal law, Magna Carta, and constitutional law, it's 5 different laws that all work hand in hand. That's our original law system worldwide, like across the Western world, derived from Christian secular law. That's where it comes from. Like, if you do your history, actually do your history, pull your head out of your backside and just stop listening to everyone else, that's what you will find is the truth. Now, just close your eyes and imagine for a second. If you're one of these people like I have been in the past, long time ago, somebody that was a frequent flyer to the local courts. Imagine if one day you turned up and you was the only one that turned up because everybody went, "Nuh, stuff this, not playing." You'd feel a bit silly for going, wouldn't you? Because you'd be the only person prosecuted all day and you'd be the one that ruined it for everyone. You wouldn't be real popular. Just think about that. Think about that. Yes, people should be bloody brought to justice when they've actually committed a crime and they've hurt somebody, or they've stolen something from somebody, or disenfranchised somebody, or infringed on somebody's right to earn a living. Think about that one for a second. Infringing on someone's right to make a living is a law. It's an actual law. And what can enact that law? Taking away somebody's ability to travel to work, defamation of character and slander, can damage or infringe upon somebody's right to earn a living or right to live in peace. That's where them laws actually come from. That's where defamation of character and slander come from. Infringing upon somebody's rights to live in peace or to earn a living because of just what they say, because of whatever a newspaper prints. They call it news, I call it slander, I call it garbage, it's rubbish, it's trash. All they do is, in any story they can run that ruins someone's life, I can't think of a more evil and abhorrent way to make a living. What a piss poor character that is. What? These people have got no integrity, no morals, no ethics. I don't know whether they lost contact with their moral compass and their conscience, or if they just don't have one. They're an abhorrent people. They're horrible people. They don't deserve to breathe air, really, but it's not for me to say. Anyone that sees that it's okay to ruin somebody's life over a bit of arbitrary legislation is of zero value to the world. They take from the world. They rob from everyone they come across. They don't add anything of any value to anything or anyone. All they are is yes people, willing to do whatever they're told because it puts them in a category of where they get to stand over people. That's all they are. They might not see it because they're too caught up in their own narcissism. And did you know that narcissism is actually a disease? Not something you can catch, it's something that you can acquire. Kind of like the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath. A psychopath is born that way. A sociopath learns off a psychopath. They acquire sociopathic tendencies. Again, yeah, I've read a lot of stuff. I've listened to a lot of very knowledgeable people. People qualified to talk about these things. Not me mate, not some, you know. And I don't just listen to one person or read one author. I cross-reference it. I do the double-blind test. And I'll look at the other side of the issue. I look at a lot of issues. Is this a psychological problem? Or is this a soul problem? Is this something that should be solved possibly by, I don't know, a man of faith? Or should it be solved with drugs? 99.99999% of the time, it should be solved by someone with faith or someone with knowledge, not with drugs. Do you ever wonder why we have so many drugs in our society? Cops are always busting the same people over and over and over for drugs, but yet they're everywhere. You turn on the tap and there's drugs nearly. You ever think about that? How is it that there's still so much drugs? Well, if we want water, where's the water come from? The water supply. And it's the water supply that makes the money out of us having water. When it's our water to start with, but that's not the point. For it to come out of the tap, the people in control of it are the people in control of it. Think about it. The people in control of it are the people in control of it. Stop being played. Stop. You owe yourself more than that. You're better than that, surely. Surely you wasn't put on this earth just to be a stupid goldfish and swim around and around and around in the bowl. There's a whole world out here for us to see. There's good people out there. There's lonely people out there waiting for you to become their friend and stop being their problem. You can't enforce social cohesion too, by the way, all you clowns. You cannot force social cohesion. You cannot make two people who don't get along get along. It's never going to work. It's only going to end in tears and black eyes and fat lips. People themselves learn to agree to disagree. When enforcement gets involved, all you do is create animosity. You fan the flames. You make people angry because you're trying to make everyone do things. We're not remote control dickheads. What was it, Archbishop Tutu or whatever his name was, it used to say on the television commercial? When God made man, he simply just made man and woman. Not a black man and a black woman, not a white man and a white woman, not a pink man and a green woman, just simply man and woman. And together we can strive up and make the world a better place. But we have to be with the people we're compatible with. If they're not compatible, they need to go away. We need to not let them into our life to ruin our life any further than we're already doing it to ourselves. You think it's time we wake up to ourselves? I do.